recording as well. The music playing. Turn the music off. There we go. Okay. We remember things, right? Presumably. It hasn't been that long. It's like, it's definitely vibes at the moment. I don't remember, but I feel like I don't know, but I remember, I guess is what I mean. I don't have thoughts. I'm just doing, and it works, you know? It feels right. It feels right. So we just follow the script. We do what the people say, and it'll just work. I mean, it's not amazing, but it is like kind of working. You can tell the difference between the jumps that are like, oh, this jump requires no skill whatsoever. You don't need to have like your barometer, you know, in place or anything like that. You can just like go and do it and it'll be fine. And then the jumps that are like, okay, you have to do exactly enough in order for it to be correct. Oh God. Speaking of exactly enough for it to be correct. This is definitely going to be an experience. This is a full jump, right? Yeah. Okay. And then... Okay. But... Alright. Saved it. Okay. Now that I think about it, Beatrice definitely raged at this game more than raged at Outer Wilds more than I raged at this game. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that yet. We haven't beaten this game yet, but she like literally, well, she didn't rage quit. She got bored, I guess, to be fair. It's not quite the same. That's interesting though. Okay. I think this is a full jump. Sure do. Okay. No. Oh, that's unfortunate. Keeps rolling, 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 rolling. What? All right. I don't know why, but that's the song that came to mind instead of it, and it don't stop coming, and it don't stop coming. Kind of the same vibe for some reason. But yeah, I think the goal, the dream, it's not just to beat this game, but also to find a similar game that I can do like in between for like an hour or so here and there. I'd also be down with just like doing whatever. It's kind of what the poll was about last time, or I guess the poll's still active in the Discord. I'm definitely open to ideas because there's definitely going to be a lot of, especially in these like 15-hour streams, right? There's going to be a lot of spaces where it's like doesn't really make sense to get like into a bunch of like something new. And for example, for like Dead Rising, I wouldn't want to play Dead Rising on a day other than today, because if you're interested in the experience, right, you want to see what it's like from beginning to end, right? Want to dedicate this time to it. Jump King obviously matters much less. Um, but that is just like me arbitrarily saying that, right? Some people might be specifically captivated by the Jump King playthrough, right? Um, so with that in mind, there is definitely something to be said for like finding games that I can put just a little bit of time into and still make forward progress, especially games that are like nothing, or like run based games would also be good for this. I almost want to say like a Hades or something like that, but I don't know. I could also just have like a bunch of games that I play. That would be fine too. Work the same way. So like even if it wasn't a game that I can make progress in, as long as I can save it, I can just play, three, well, maybe not three, but as many as two games on the same day, just based on how much time I have. Obviously, it really only matters on the weekend though. That's the only time, really. Because there might be time in between games, basically. Like, oh, well, Savage isn't here or something. It would just be today, even, actually. Really, right? Yeah, it's really just today. Because any other day, I would be either playing a game solo anyway, or in a collab. And those games aren't changing all the time. I don't know why I keep jumping to the left there. It's not the way it's supposed to go. It's over here. No consequence of failing that jump. It's just the wrong way to go. Oh no. Okay, we're good. That was almost bad, but we're good, we're good, we're good. Oh, I forgot how to do that. Haha, that's funny. I did it just fine the other two times, but I just wasn't paying attention. There we go. Oop, overshot that one. Undershot that one. Again. Okay. I definitely get how this game could get easier over time. even in my own gameplay, it's like you can definitely see you really do learn. Doesn't seem like a game you could learn, but it fully is. I mean, obviously there's like this segment, right, where it's like after a while you just figure out these things, but there's also the in-between jumps that are like definitely things that you can master. It's also nice because whoops. It's also nice because as you like master like these segments or memorize these segments, you can start like isolating the game down to just the jumps that you have to remember, like just this jump, which I'm getting worse at, but it's fine. But nonetheless, it just becomes about those jumps, meaning that these are the only jumps that you're like even trying to hone in specifically. You're just building up a mental map of just those few jumps and nothing else. Because everything else you just remember. More. There we go. I was doing too much and then not enough. That happy medium though. Well, way too much. Well, not like way too much, but definitely too much. Not like I supremely overshot it. Just definitely overshot it. I was nowhere near enough. Ooh. So I think that those two jumps are very similar. For some reason, I have a lot of trouble with just the second one. I was watching a Project Zomboid video that was in Build 42 talking about how Zomboid's one of his like very favorite games. He's always wanted a, you know, zombie game. And like Zomboid's like perfect in some ways, but in those same ways, the things that make it like perfect, the like zombie simulator type ways, also like make it a terrible fucking game in some ways as well, where it's like the like tedious bullshit parts of the game are like some of the best parts, but also obviously some of the worst parts as well. And like the end game situation there is just rough. And as they described it, I don't know that this is true. They described it as the game's development being such that the devs are like, rather than filling out the end game in any capacity, we're just going to make it harder and harder to get to end game. Which sort of makes sense as far as like my experiences go. Because it definitely does seem like the game has gotten not like harder, but you know, with every update, that I've played pre and post or whatever, it seems like the game is a little harder. But I don't know. I haven't played Build 42 at all. And yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like the right way to solve that problem. Because it's like there are things that you could definitely do as far as like endgame go, right? Like curing the zombie thing, or even just escaping the like area would be fine. You know? There's all kinds of stuff that you could do in theory. But I understand if they don't necessarily want to go that direction. Really, it's what they want to do. I do wish that there was something, you know. It is a request from me, a fan. Despite my troubled relationship with the game, because I would consider myself a fan of Zomboid, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, the more I talk about Zomboid, the more negative I end up being, even though I still do like it. Beatrice says, did you already beat Dead Rising? No, Savage is watering his dog, so we're taking a second. Dead Rising's a pretty long game, I think. I think we're like maybe 20% of the way, something like that. I don't think we're gonna beat it anytime soon. Like another 2 or 3 sessions maybe would be my guess. Beatrice's spot as a flower? Sure. Fuck. Oh, no. Way to overshoot that one, brother. Womp womp. Yep. Not quite enough on that. I do feel like if I look at the place that I'm going, I have a much better chance of getting there. Like doing enough. I don't know why. Something about Thank you for the hydrate, Beatrice. Something about looking where I want to land helps. I don't know. I can't explain it. But that's mostly where I'm looking. When I'm playing this game, I'm like looking to set up. And as soon as I'm set up, I'm looking where I want to go. Oh, sure. That works. The worst part about playing things on gamepad is that you can't possibly play the game and do something else at the same time. And ooh, and another thing that occurred to me is like if I'm playing like System Shock 2 or whatever, doing shoutouts is fucking impossible. Like that game doesn't have like a windowed mode or whatever. In this game, I obviously sort of can. I just have to like drop the controller and like alt tab and everything. Well, I don't have to alt tab in this one, but it's, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, I forgot how convenient it was. Or never realized how convenient it was to do shoutouts when I'm playing RuneScape specifically, but it's fine. It also depends on the day. Sometimes I'm just not up for it as well. Feel fine today, but we're going to be switching to V Rising very soon as well. No, way later. Yeah. Noon is when we play GTFO, but that'll be tomorrow. Okay. Oh, and we're gonna play a fighting game soon. We're gonna play 2XKO. Hopefully the portal level anti-cheat doesn't fuck up my shit. Because I goddamn hate that stuff so much. But it is kind of a reality of modern gaming, at least when it comes to your major FPS titles, and weirdly enough, anything by Riot. Beatrice says, do you know who you're going to main? No. Probably going to play Echo, at least. But I'll have to try everybody out and see what they play like. Vayne isn't in the game. If Vayne was in the game, I would play her, but she is not. Or Kaisa. I like Vayne and Kaisa. Neither of them are in the game, so I don't really care. In regular league, I played a good amount of basically every 80 carry I could play. Except for Draven and Zeri I didn't really mess with. But I could do okay with Draven. Zeri I didn't quite play enough. She was too new. I didn't play her enough to like understand her. But everybody else I could play at least with a level of confidence. But Vayne and Kaisa were definitely the ones for me. But I played other characters too in other lanes. Like played a good amount of Echo. Good amount of Lux. Lots of support as well. Used to be a support main. Oh, shot that one. There we go. Beatrice says, I hope they add Karma. Sa Elisa. Why do you want to play Karma of all characters? Weird. I feel like Aurelia is a way better fit than Karma is. So this is not a full jump, but it's nearly a full jump. Beatrice says, I played the hell out of her. I love her. Karma? Ah, Alyssa. You love Karma, huh? I like Karma a lot, actually. She's one of my favorites, too. I only started playing her because I got her in ARAM once. And she's very, very cool. Karma and Ezreal both, actually, were champions that I first played in ARAM. And I actually liked them immediately after. It's like, oh shit, these champions are awesome. They also play kind of similar. But yeah, I don't know. Peter says, yes, Ezreal is the king of the twinks. Sure. Sure. Saku says I was playing Vigar. Vigar's cool. He's got a big hat too, so it makes sense. Checks out. Fuck. I never like got into Vigar. But I knew him well, but I never played him myself really. I'm trying to jump to this. If that's not clear, I was trying to land on this the whole time. It just wasn't really. Well, not the whole time. Every time I was jumping to the left, I was trying to land on it. Every time I was jumping to the right, I was trying to land on the thing below me. Oh, yeah, you gotta land on this. There's the middle one. I need the middle one there. That's what's going on there. I did a full jump to the right on the top left, but that's why I fell, because there's nothing there to land on. A little more. You look like you could use some more. No. All right. Been listening to KDA a lot more recently. Fuck with KDA much more than True Damage as well. So I think K-pop Demon Hunter is probably just, I mean, they're almost the same. They're very, very similar, KDA and K-pop Demon Hunters, but I think I like their stuff better, at least overall. And it's very, very similar vibes. Shout out to Twice, among others. Fuck. I can't believe that Chuzzy really was talking all that shit. Actually watched me play this game and was like, wow, I can do this so much better than you can. And she did not. She did not do better than I did. Not at all. Maybe she actually technically did at some point, but she did not progress nearly as far as I did in the time that I have put in the game. But she might have actually gotten further faster, but she also gave up. So I feel like that's a win for me. I've seen the princess. I've seen the hot babe with my own eyes. I choked it, but, you know, I did see her. Fuck. That wasn't enough. Not enough either. Ooh, I didn't cancel that jump enough. Okay. This part of the game is actually, like, not bad. I thought it was going to be hell. And honestly, you do spend a lot of time in the church. This is like a 23-second time tax, basically, just to get back to this part. It's not a huge deal, though. And this part is brief enough that I don't mind it as well. So it's mostly just the tower, actually. I thought it was going to be hell for the longest, but I don't know. I've learned enough about the church and the blue ruins that I'm not so worried about them anymore. It's just a matter of, you know, vibing. We'll get through it eventually. Just take your time.
I'm back, mate.
Okay.
Didn't take as long as I thought. It's raining, so the little prince had to come home.